Mega, 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 mega love shout out. And of course, we are live. Oh, wait, diba? Ayan, magandang umaga, tanghali, gabi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. And mega, 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 mwah, 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 love shout out. Ayan, am I loud and clear, you guys? Ayan. Can you hear me loud and clear? And umpisahan natin ang gabi, Rian's Kitchen admin. O, di ba? May admin si Rian's ko, BFF. Ayan, admin ko nandyan na rin. Ayan, shout out to all from Pinoy Galaan. And 100% true, why am I? It's just the start right now and I'm already eating my words. 100% true. How you doing? And ayun, hello boss. And mega love shout out to 100% true from admin. Yes, loud and clear. O, diba? Ayan. Guys, tonight we are going to talk about, of course, the word entitlement. Ayan. Is it a good or a bad thing to have? Or is that a personality trait that you probably have or you don't have it? But we are going to talk about how to deal with it and how to kind of like be aware of your surroundings when it comes to people like this, because this is one of the things that I always kind of like lately. This is kind of a thing with me, like trying to figure it out. And I'm pretty sure, like some parts of the world, especially sa Pilipinas, parang yung word na to, hindi pa masyadong aware ang mga tao na may ganito na. So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin ngayong gabi. And of course, again and again, it's going to be a multilingual live stream. So, any languages that I know of, we can actually talk about it. And if you want things or you want to be clear with some of the stuff that I'm talking about, you can always put the timestamp on the comment below and ask me. Or if you want it to be translated, if I talk Tagalog, I can actually do that. So please to leave a comment down below if you have anything that you wanted to be translated in your own language. Put a timestamp on it. And of course, if you're not subscribed, this channel is all about life journey. As a personal trainer, I do share awareness about being physically, sexually, mentally, emotionally fit. Yes, ganon. Anyways, guys, and please do me a favor and share this live stream to your social media or community. And balut na balut ako because it's really cold. I'm a very good girl today. Diba? Ayan. Asa na ba tayo? I see. I love the tone and intonation of your voice. Aw, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 100% true. I do like your accent too. Oh, diba? Ayan. And Neil Agmangs TV hashtag simpleng blogger ng Katagalugan. Whew! O, diba? Ang hirap niya na. Ang hirap niya, Neil, sa pinahirapan mo talaga ako. Where's my ring? Ayan, I'm just gonna go look and find my ring. I think I missed my ring. Where is it? Where is my ring? Couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. There you go. Alright. Pulang-pula ang lips natin, guys. Anyways, you look amazingly sweet like fruits. Oh, diba? What kind of fruit I am? Oh, diba? Guys, I please do interact in the live chat. If I'm a fruit, what do you think would describe me as a fruit? O, di ba? O, pwedeng bash. Thumbs up! Ayan, thank you for the likes. And if you like this video, please do. Yan. Smash that like button, you guys. I think white people have the most entitlement of all people. Wow, from Black Gamer Romainer. They complain that no one sits next to them on the train and other things as a black person. Yes, definitely. Like we're gonna talk about this, guys. We're definitely going to talk about it, what it's like. And if you think like I'm gonna talk about the personality traits, and if you want to do read all the articles that is going to come up in this live stream, I'll leave the link on the description down below later after we had this live stream going on. And of course, the Servo Survivor. Ayan, how you doing? Did you do your breakfast already, Servo? Ayan, mango fruit. Mango. Why mango? Okay. Why do I look like mango? Okay. And chico. And why am I chico? Oh, diba? Kiwi. Why am I kiwi? Ah, diba? Aratilis na lang. Alam mo ba yan? Yes, I do. I do think it's those little kind of like, how do you call that? It's like, is it red? Or it's a really, really, really small kind of thing. Yes, I think I know that. What inspired you to want to discuss this topic? Oh, a nice question. I like that question. So, what inspired? Is it an inspiration? No. As I've said earlier, like I feel like, and this is just my opinion, guys, you can pitch in if you think you are, if you are disagreeing with me. As I've said, this is a live stream where we can always agree to disagree. I want to I want to share awareness of how do you deal with, like conflicts, how do you deal with stuff that you don't agree with. It's all about conversation. You can have a good and deep, meaningful conversation. It doesn't have to go your way. It's just an open conversation, you guys. I am super sweet. Diba? Oh, I am super sweet. Anyways, guys, yun. So don't fight with anyone, and don't disrespect anyone. Even if you don't like their opinion, that's their opinion. You can always just give your own opinion, but at the end of this live stream, or at least the end of the night, don't take it too personal. Everyone has opinions nowadays. Gonna be lurking. Gonna work overtime today. Ooh. many people doing their New Year's resolution, I believe, sir. So you're gonna be busy. It's January. But thank you, Servo, for lurking and all the people that are in BG mode. Yeah, and thank you to you guys, Ayan. And hi, Red Glass. So how you doing? We missed you last week. Is it last week? Yeah, it is last week. Yeah, I've never seen you last week, but thank you for coming. Anyways, guys, so what what did inspire me to do this live stream? Let's go back to that. Okay. So the thing is, guys, entitlement, I'm pretty sure, like, there are stuff in English or like it's already a word, but most of the time we kind of like some different cultures, they don't know these things. So, being half Filipino, sometimes I would talk about the word entitlement with my friends or relatives and stuff like that, and they would ask me what is it about. But the thing is, it's not just Philippines, it's not just Japan, at least the places I go to. America is one of them. But the thing is, in every culture I am in, I've seen people that are very entitled. So, like I just kind of like wanted to know your opinions as well. Like if you have your opinions and what do you think? Like let's just it's not just you guys, it's also about me. Like there are articles I'm going to show you tonight, and then we're going to go through with it and let's see if we are entitled. Do we have a sense of self entitlement or something? Because I don't know if it could be a good thing or a bad thing. But the thing is, in the mainstream or like, people who know the word entitlement, it's usually related to being negative. So let's see if there's any good thing that would come out of this word entitlement. Get it, you guys? What are you saying? Lurking. That sounds creepy. No, lurking means watching or kind of like that. In the it's almost like a Twitch. It's more of the Twitch, streamers because Servo is a Twitch streamer. So it's very popular in I guess in Twitch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the way they said it, like in a fellow Filipino community, they would call it BG, like watching while they're doing other stuff. So in Twitch, I think it's lurking or something like that. I must have been sleeping last Saturday. Ooh, trying to catch up with your sleep hours, I would assume. Twitch streamer jargon. Ayun, o diba? Hi, admin. I see! JJJJJJ. Mega love shout out to you. Good evening or good morning. No, it's good afternoon. I am super entitled. There you go, guys. A proud, entitled person is in the house, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna ask him why do he thinks he's very entitled. Anyways, guys, so that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, now we know, JJ. You've been self entitled for so many guys. Sometimes I joke around. It's just like just to make it like because sometimes we're going to talk about like really serious stuff. So just kind of like know who is the host of the live stream. Sometimes you have to lighten up even if the conversation is so deep, and I think that's what I do. It's king. Anyways, yes, the word entitlement. And it's just kind of like one of the things that I kind of feel like, especially if you're a parent, if you have kids, or if you're going or trying to have a future that you see yourself having children, you have to understand the balance of parenting. And, like with kind of like the generations nowadays, or at least, like, some people would tell you, like we always hear this, and if you become a parent you'll probably say this as well, but remember when your parents will tell you stuff like, like I've been there or like I've done that and stuff like that. sometimes it's really hard. So, and the thing is, the culture that you have as being a kid and the culture of your kids now that you have kids, it would be different. And they would always tell you, especially the younger ones, you have to adjust to what it is now. But I think, sometimes that's where you have to be balance. You have to do balance, or else you're gonna create a self-entitled person. So so I hope the future parent out there, take it seriously. Very, I'm laughing, but you have to take the job of being a parent or a mother or a father, because I swear the hardest job is that definitely. I am. BG Lang here, driving, going home, listening to your yao yao. Yes, see, like there, you BG. Sometimes people just, like a podcast or something. You just want to hear that. Back in the day, they'll probably call it radio, o, diba? Ayun. Niels, thank you, thank you, thank you, Niels. Ayan, kumusta ka diyan? Maraming maraming salamat. Ano ba yan? Hindi pa rin pala yun. Ayun, yun pala yun. Ayan. Ingat po, Sir Pinoy Galan. And of course, ayan, be careful driving. One of the things that I probably don't want to do in my life is to drive. I just want to be a passenger, but I know one day I have to. I have to do driving lessons or something like that. Do we know? So guys, if you have any opinions on this, guys, please do let me know in the live chat, interact. And if you're watching this on replay, please do leave your comments down below, because I do like people's opinion, because we all have different perspective on a topic. And also I want you to kind of understand that sometimes we will differ, our perspective will be different, just kind of like agree to disagree. It's just an open conversation. Again and again, I am saying that. But I agree, society nowadays are spoiled. Exactly. Spoiled entitlement, kind of like mixing the two, but we're going to go deeper into that with the articles that I'm going to share to you guys. And to the point, they became entitled. Definitely. Yes, yes, yes. And what else? I had. And JJ says, you just look at Netflix, etc. You get everything even instead of being made to wait. It's like the word convenient and become, like, I don't know. So there's always going to be a good or bad thing with this one. If people have to wait for something, they get upset. Well, the thing is, like there's this thing where you kind of like wait. And I don't know if you're one of those people too, but press one if you are. But the thing is with waiting, if you are waiting too long, or like, you're going to meet someone and you're waiting too long, long, long time, it really is upsetting. But at the same time, like whatever, what I'm saying, guys. Anyways, guys, we're gonna try to do this. Ayan, let's try to kind of like share these things to you guys. We're gonna read them and together, and we're gonna do a little bit of like, if you have questions, please do let me know, guys. Ayan, let's try this one. Am I doing this correctly? Okay. Let's start with, this is from Psychology Today, but this is like years back. So it's like from 2018, guys. But we're just going to try to like look into it a little bit, because I really do like this website, Psychology Today. I don't know if you ever, stumbled into this website, but I kind of like their articles. So I'm just going to put this out in here. So if you want to read the whole article, I'll put the description link in the I'll put the link in the description box down below later. I Lee, how are you? I know, like I know guys. Ayan, you missed Lee. I have to do something with Lee, but like we're gonna try to figure out the good schedule because after COVID, my schedule is just really, really kind of like all over the place. So let's do this. I'm gonna do this. How about this one? There you go, Ayan. So, according to Psychology Today, so entitlement is an enduring personality trait characterized by the belief that one deserves preferences and resources that others do not. So, that's what it means. So, like boundaries, we recognize entitlement chiefly by its effect on us envy, anger, and frustration. Ooh. And why do they think they deserve it any more than I do? We wonder. And then is it them or is it just me? It's one of those things, yes. So, according to this article, guys, there are things that are kind of like if it's a good or a bad thing. And when we talk about entitlement, the data shows that it's not always a negative. So, we're going to try to dig a little bit. Why do they say that it could be a good thing? Because it's always, when you see an entitled person, it always comes down to like it's a bad thing. So, let's see. Sometimes, this is actually nice. Sometimes we mistake entitlement for a sense of self confidence projected by competent, assured, often charismatic others. So sometimes we confuse it with narcissism, with which it's often associated, or self absorption, which occasionally looks like the same thing. Those people. And sometimes, according to a research, a fleeting situational rush of entitlement can be a good thing. So the thing is, this is what makes me think. And if you're an artist out there, because I'm not an artist. I don't know if I could tell myself an artist, but according to the research, it can increase creativity and lead to novel, while unusual solutions to problems, the kind of out of the box thinking that organizations and employers encourage. So, whether deserved or not, a sense of entitlement enables people to think and act differently from others, and the more they do so, the more willing and able they are to generate creative ideas. So those are the things that's actually like I'm kind of thinking, like the self-entitled people, are they creative in a sense? I'm just thinking. Entitled is only good if you put in the effort to achieve something, but it's given to someone else because they were promised or know someone, not because they are good at what they do. Then it's wrong. Ooh. Like, so, because the thing is with entitlement, according to this one, which what they meant is characterized by the belief that one deserves preferences and resources that others do not. In effect, entitlement is good. The thing is, those are the things. Like that's why we're going to talk about what is good and bad thing. Is it a good trait or a bad trait? Because sometimes like being entitled basically is like you feel like you deserve. And this is what we're going back to the word worth it. I worth it. And many, 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 many times again, I've always said this. Like sometimes when a person says I worth it, sometimes I need more context, the context of what they're saying. Because sometimes we overuse the word worth it, and basically you're not doing anything but you feel like you worth something. And this is one of the things, like for example in the Philippines, and I don't know, but like I'm not trying to offend anyone, I'm not trying to say, but pag natamaan ka ay bahala ka. But sometimes there are people that in a certain job, if you're applying, like I don't think if it's just the Philippines, but usually that's kind of like what I hear most of the time when they couldn't find work, because I always believe there's always work if you want to see where the work is. So sometimes entitlement is a way sa Tagalog, guys, sa Tagalog. Kumbaga minsan, mahilig tayong mamili kung ano yung gusto nating trabaho. Kumbaga, sa Pilipinas, dahil nga may level, di ba? Hirap or poverty level, there's like lots of things. If you wanted to do a job, like for example, a janitor or a janitress, it's still a job. But, and in the Philippines, it's almost like a job that they don't want to do. So, I think one of the entitlement, I could say this is entitlement, is because they want to reach some, like high level, like kind of like work, but they don't have the qualifications, but they want that. So those are the things that what means when you are entitled. I think, for in my opinion. So those are the things. Like if it's something that you think you have to have, but you don't put an effort in it, that's what entitlement means to me. So how about you guys? That's why it's always correlated with a bad trait. Because then when you say entitled, then spoiled brat will come into place. You know what I'm saying, guys? No? How about you 100% true? What do you think is entitled all about? I want to know your opinion. So that is what it was. So there's one of that. So if you want to like kind of like, like look into it, read the full article, please do read it and try to kind of like, like from time to time see their articles. Means and the special treatment is part of entitlement. What do you mean by special treatment, though? I add 100%. I see it's disheartening to watching people who are in high status positions when they also did not put in the work in get there. For instance, people who hire their cousins and side chicks. Ooh, are you speaking from experience? 100% true. But it is. And the thing is, that's kind of like, like those are the things that, like has been given to you. But when it comes to entitlement, so the other person who were received this kind of like special treatment, how are they going to take it? Are they going to put an effort after that, or they just kind of like like flaunt it or like be. Yes, in England, they were like the foreigners taking jobs. Then after Brexit, most left and they did not take those jobs, and the foreigners had been working. See, those are the things, like there are going to be like, because this is one of the things that I'm thinking about, like being entitled. Is it something that, is it cultural? Is it a, like a parent thing? Because they kind of like make their kids grew up like that. But at the same time, those parents as well, have they been educated about it? How are their parents, like treat them as well when they were kids? So it's kind of like passed on. And I think it feels like more cultural, but I might be wrong. I'm definitely, probably, definitely wrong. But there's a lot of factors that I think, being entitled has come about because of all the special treatments from other people. It's all into together. Ayan. Ano daw? So, according to 100% true, don't tell one side of the story. Also, speak about the crime and illegal activities that these people were involved in. Ooh, dark. I am parents that give their kids whatever they want. Yes. And that's one of the things that, like I think that's why I wanted to do this segment to talk about entitlement is I think it also going to branch out with different conversations. Parenting is one thing because as we all know, the basic, the foundation of a kid, is when they're growing up and their first kind of like society in a way as kids, it would be the family, the people that surrounds them. So it's really kind of like, I think one of the factors is that. So if your parents are not, if they're so privileged, then like it would be surprising if their kids wouldn't be entitled, entitled kids, or will grow up to be an entitled person. But at the same time, we've seen a lot of like millionaires as well. It's rare, but there are millionaires and billionaires, rich kids that are very, very, very like, like, how do you call that, level headed? Is that how you call it? Like they're very humble. So England is rife with crime and it's not coming from foreigners. Ooh. Most of the time, the kids will become entitled. Yes, I am. And now they're talking about gangs in England. Even the government was found to have, and okay, JJ, there's words in there that I might get, you know, flag with. So if it's okay to you, after that you can remove it. No, there are certain words and phrases I think sometimes that, like in the community guidelines, it's not allowed. So please do kind of like choose your words sometimes. So we just want it to be safe because it's not, like there are rules and regulations, facts. In my wife lives, everything I was very right. I in my wife lives. Okay. Everything. And JJ, you 100% English, be honest. I mean, your ethnicity and background and history. I feel like there's a motive for defending foreigners. Okay, now they're talking like different conversations. But yes, no, I think because one of the things is like, and like as American, like if you're an American or like that's your background or you are coming from the privileged, you know side of this story, it's like, do you feel that you are entitled? Those are the things that I kind of like. If you yourself feels like you're entitled, how do you deal with it? And have you ever felt that, or have you been told that you're an entitled person? Lol, I am mixed. Diba? Yes, mixed people usually are more or open-minded, but at the same time, this is what I'm saying. Like, is it cultural? Is it family background as well? Because most of the time, even if you're mixed, there are I no well, it's not really often, but like I've seen and I've experienced, like being half, there are people that are entitled as well, even if they're half. So I don't think it's just, there's a lot of factors, but one thing for sure, I think being a parent is that's one of the parents' job, or at least the people that are raising a kid, a person. I think it's their job to kind of like not create an entitled person, because most of the time being entitled, at least in my opinion right now, I might change my opinion later on, but I just really feel that one of the things that is very important is the family. How do you create a person or something like that? I'm all over the place, guys. Exactly. You may be a victim of resentment from the populace. Wow, that's deep. Resentment. That is a deep word, 100% true. Some celebrities feel they are entitled to think because of their fame. Oh my God, don't get me started. There's actually, I think this is very, very one of the things. Sometimes it's so hard to get your opinion out there because these people, if you're into, that's why I'm not into social media, you guys, because sometimes it's just really like, it's toxic. So these people, like what you've said, Brett, celebrities, no, because they're fame. And there are people that doesn't, but some, just like, the Marvel star who says something about feminism or like about, like if you know what I'm talking about, please do drop a comment in the live chat. But you're still not viewed as a native. I'm Scottish and people see me as such. There you go. True parent job because these kids has never been given option to choose before birth. Exactly. And that's the thing, And one of the things that I really feel like, it's kind of like this is the kids' perspective of, like when they talk back, if they talk back, or like sometimes when a parent and a child would have a fight, it's always kind of like the excuse, I didn't choose you to become a parent. But do you ever think the same thing, like your parents doesn't even choose you to be born with, but they'll do their job anyways. So as a kid, you're a kid, so let your parents do the kind of like decision making when you're still a kid. But this is not going to be like, like all the parents out there for all the kids, because there are case to case or case by case situations, because we also know that there are a lot of parents out there that probably their opinion they're doing a good job, but the outside that see it from the outside, they're not good parents. So, and that's kind of like a topic that a lot of parents will probably fight over if you call someone of bad parenting. They get into clubs and parties for free. Ooh, who's that? Who's getting into a club for parties for free? I don't know who that one is. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, when you're talking about celebrities and fame. And the same time, like there's this one thing I've heard about, like there would be events, and if you're not, like if you have, they would base it on how much followers do you have on any of social media platform, and if you're not into that, like for example 10,000 followers, if you don't have that, you're not allowed to a party. That's a privilege, like having advantage in life is, for some people they're the lucky ones, like if we think about it, there are always going to be like advantages in our life, but it's not going to be the same for everyone else. Some people would have more advantage than you, but we're not talking about just the advantages, the trait itself, like, the trait of being, because I think this is also a decision for yourself. If you're a kid, it's going to be your parents' job. But as an adult, you become an adult, it is up to you if you want to learn, if you want to continue learning, if you want to be like open minded, if you want to be like an open kind of like into ideas to the culture. I think that's one of the things that differentiate you as a person and differentiate you as growing older and mature, or a better person. But that's our MO in IC Fit is we get better every day, 1% better every day. That's true, Pinoy. Ayan. What is Pinoy? JJ, wait, if you're Scottish, why are you commenting of English affairs? You're basically debating on secondhand information. Ayan, don't get take too seriously, Ayan. So 100 and JJ, that's a good conversation you two are doing. True. Change your name to 100% my opinion. Yes, I am. So, as I've said, guys, you guys talking down in the live chat, it's you guys' opinion. So, don't take too personal or stuff, like just don't take anything personal, don't get triggered. Just conversation, just have a good conversation. And 100% true. If you want to start trolling, you could have say it, okay? And parents or moms have options. Give up the birth. No, I mean as a person, like you growing up or something. And I think that's the both ways. Sometimes if you're a kid, you will gonna have issues along the way, especially if you were not raised in a good kind of like atmosphere. So you're gonna have some sort of issues. And at the same time, your parent as well has different ideas of how it is. So I'm just saying, like, always do kind of like see both story or both perspective, because that sometimes, it would make sense if you're gonna open to that kind of like, So I've just always said that, like, and in kind of like that's a good point as well. Pinoy galaan, like they could always do that. So that's the thing, in that point your parent or your mom, especially your mom, the one that carries you, always think about it also in the life. They have 9 months to think about it, but they did it anyways. So, at any sense, your life is because of them. So, at least that part you have to be thankful and grateful for, depending on whatever state or situation you're in, because life is very, 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 it's a blessing to be alive. And if you don't think so, then try to think again, because you just have to look into different perspective, different positivity, different mindset, so you kind of like understand it. But at the same time, for a kid, they would always say that I didn't choose you to become my parent. But at the same time, the parent would say something, like I didn't, and then the other would have that same argument. But all in all, you're alive. You have years and years and years of try to learn something. And Ayan. No, don't say sorry, JJ. Don't do that. Ayan, 3 years, but last time I checked, we are attached, sadly. Who's attached? Ayan, ano daw? Hold on. Sorry, I have to mute you in the chat. I have no energy for you. What's the longest? Ayan, 100% true. Ayan, you're steering the pot. Ayan, lived in England. But that's true, JJ. Like if there are things that triggers you and, like at the same time, it's as me as well. If there are things that triggers me, you just have to kind of like mute it out. So, good for you, Ayan. Anyways, I see apologies. You know how I am. I know. That's why I said that. And I know 100% true as well. So I'm just trying to put it out there. But it's all good. It's all good, JJ. Don't be like that. You don't choose your parents. Yes. I was raised well by my parents. Good job. That's good. Salute to them. Yes, that's true. And yeah, I'm not a parent, but it must be difficult as the kids. They need to adjust to both your teachings and societies. Teaching, it can be conflicting sometimes. And yes, that's true. And that's the thing, as a kid, you're basically, like you're in your parents' grace, until you're in the right age, like 18 or something. And I cannot say, in the other people's offense, if they have, like bad parents, like, my heart goes out to you guys. But at the same time, you're going to be an adult. You're going to have your own decisions to make. You're going to have your own life. It is up to you whether you want to take it in a good thing or a bad thing. But I think you're holding on to issues that you have as a kid, trying not to move on. I mean, there are other cases that it might be hard to, and that's why we have people that would help us mentally. We have friends that we trust. I hope you do. But if you don't, Isofit is here. You can always talk to me about these things because I love talking about these things. So you're not alone, guys. And if you're watching this and you are trying to, like, think of something, or, like wanting to talk about something, any opinions at all, we're just not going to talk about religion and politics. But besides that, please, please, please do subscribe in this channel. That's why I love to have cats and dogs. But usually Pinoy galaan sometimes. That's the one thing. That's the one thing that I kind of like I'm afraid of because like my kids are getting, not younger anymore. So for me, I want to have a dog, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not ready for a heartbreak because we all know dogs have years, like they don't really have that long year of living. So, you're gonna get attached. It's gonna be a part of your family. And Walbursel said, "Oh, mega, 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 mega love shout out to you, Walbur. Welcome back to Icy Fit." Ayan. I see. Do you think that you're a good parent? Ooh, I think, it's always been a question lately, like in my head. But not just lately, but it's always been a question. Because the thing is, probably the perfect person who could probably answer that would be my kids. But, as a parent, we always talk about this. That's the goal, is to be a good parent. And my goal is, like if my kids get to be an adult, they will create their own family. I hope they would tell that we are a good parents. I think my boss is a good parent. Oh, admin. Of course, we will say that. I mean, growing up in the 80s is far different from growing up now. Kids now would struggle in the 80s. That's very true. Not that I live in 80s, but young me would struggle in this era. I wonder, like I do wonder if you're gonna struggle. And I see, I've met so many foreign childless couples in Korea. What? Hold on, hold on. I've met so many foreign childless couples in Korea. And isn't that sad and awful? Well, it depends on the person. You'll be amazed 100% true of how many people out there prefers not to have kids, because they take it seriously. And I mean this, like one of the things for me, in my opinion, is the one of the bad things that I wouldn't say hate, but if you are like that, there's 85% that I won't like you. Is like about parents who kind of like, especially mothers, because I'm a mother. So, one of the things that I really dislike with, being a woman is when you create a person and you don't take your responsibility seriously. That is really off for me, so I would say 85% I wouldn't like. But no judgment here, because, as I've said, there are a lot of stories. There's a lot of probably excuses you're going to have, like situations you have excuses. Mega, mega love shout out rin sa lahat ng bisita mo, ma'am. Ayan, guys, Walbur says hi to everyone. So say hi to Walbur, you guys. For example, in most places, kids get asked what they want for dinner. Growing ouch, ouch, JJ, ouch. Don't you think that it's because sometimes being a mother who always think every day what's breakfast, lunch, dinner, sometimes it's just hard for a mother, whoever, do the, because sometimes it could be both, whoever cooks for dinner. It's just hard to think. So sometimes the best and easiest, is to ask your kids what they want for dinner. If they turn out as good adults, then you will know if your parenting was good. Exactly. And this is the thing. If you become a parent, you're always going to be a parent. At least in my opinion. You that's the job. It would be less, but that's the job you'll probably feel and have kind of like felt responsibility, as long as your kids are alive, basically. I don't ever want kids. See, 100% true. There are a lot of people out there that just decided they don't want to take that responsibility. And I think that's actually salute to them because they do take this thing seriously. It's another life, guys. And it's up to you as a parent to make a good life out of it. Yes, Tab J Entertainment is in the house. Yeah, mega, 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 mega. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love shout out to you, Tab J. Guys, sorry, balit na balit ako because, this is from Adidas. Ayan, and this is my cute, 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 stuff, new stuff. But I couldn't because it's really, really cold. Like my hands, guys, it's really, 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 really cold in Japan. Ayan. So the reason why I work this hard is so that my kids can be well off in the future. What do childless couple work for? Their relationship, you know. Sometimes there are couples that, they just really adore each other, and they just want to do themselves. Sometimes career, if you're a career person, if you have a girlfriend or a wife that is really career focused, it could be both ways. They're both wanted to do something out of their life. And, sometimes if you have kids, you have responsibility and they're probably taking that seriously, if they go for their career. And that's the thing, that's why there's options and there's like, decisions. If you want to go for your career, definitely, it'll take a lot of time. And if you have kids, you have to spend time with your kids. It's something that you have to balance. And if you cannot balance that, then you have to choose something. And I think your kids will be so cool. I think so too. We're cool parents, so I want an army of kids. Joking. Two will be fine. Yeah, two is good because then if you have one kid, there's always a point the kid will get lonely because they want someone, unless they just want to be themselves. But usually, most of the time, that's the thing. And some people just want to be focused on the person. If you have kids, then the attention shifts to the kids. Yeah, because it's going to be like additional family. And sometimes, like I would stay with this. Oh, thank you, thank you. Shirley, Shirley, Shirley. And because of that, Shirley, I thank you so much for that. And because of that, this is for you. Which one does she like again? Oh, this one.
If you like the rhythm,
And we're back. There you go. We're back, guys. Thank you for that, Shirley. I appreciate that. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much, Ayan. And their relationship, what? Sorry, but that's sad. Yes, that's your opinion that it is sad because I think, like I think you want different goals, and the thing is you have to understand that some people have different goals. Some people just doesn't really want to have kids, and those are the things that like It depends. It depends on people. People have different, goals, different perspective, different opinions, and that's what I'm saying, guys. You just have to agree to disagree because not everyone is like you or like me, stuff like that. Kinig lang sa'yo, ma'am host. Thank you, Walbur. Ayan, maraming salamat, guys. And of course, guys, don't forget, we're still doing our games. Ayan, segue lang natin for a little bit. You have to do our games this month. We still have our English only. Ayan, this month because it's my birth month, so we're still gonna have our games. Ayan, if you wanna do the games, one is English only. I'm gonna ask you questions in English and you'll have to answer me in English. English language, ayan, native in English language are not invited. You're gonna be our judge, ayan, for English viewers. But the second one is for everyone. You can have it, guys. Ayan, if you wanna do it, it could be created on your own thing because this is only for parody, guys. So the other game that we're gonna have is top sad story. Diba? It could be created, everything. This is just for laughs. So those two games are still going on. If you want to participate, please let my admin know down in the comments down below. Ayun, guys. And the other one, I'm still looking for my Mr. and Mrs. January, you guys. So please do follow these steps. Ayan, it been on live stream last week, and of course, this it's on my shorts. You're just gonna have to follow it. Please do give me your entries. Yes, and those are the games that we're gonna have. So, dito lang ako BFF eating Lunar New Year dinner with the kids. Ooh, there's something like that. I didn't know that. Salamat po sa pakikinig, Sir Walbur. Ayan, Rian, enjoy eating with your kids. Ayan, so BFF, thank you, BFF. And admin, meet you. Ayan. And of course, Lipad Lokring is in the house. Ayan, Lipad Lokring. Thank you. Sasali ka, Lipad Lokring. Kailangan magsasalita ka dito, ha? Ayan. My thinking is, and I'm sorry for saying this, but you're not sorry. I see my partner as a vehicle to pass on my seed and to make my time on earth enjoyable. That's it. Aside from that, partners aren't really useful. And that's your thinking. And, like if that's how you think of how life is, and that's good for you, but not everyone will gonna have the same opinion. Some people is definitely different, and you're just gonna have to like understand that that's who they want to be, that's how their happy life. Because when you say happy life, I think, being happy, everyone would know what that meant. But how to be happy or how does a person get there is depending on what goals or what do they really want in life. And, one key is to be realistic and be real, get real with yourself, not with anyone who wants to talk you out of it, but just be real for yourself. I think that's one of the keys. I Agoy! Tab J, sali ka sa games. Yes. Ayan. Paano ba yung games na yon? Kasi wala ka dito. Panoorin mo muna yung last week live stream. O, di ba? Ayan. Pero, ayan, admin, explain mo kay Tab J yung mga games natin. Ayan. Akyat ka na, ipapaliwanag. Ay, buisit. Ako pa talaga. Sabi ko nga ikaw magpaliwanag, di ba? Ayan. A woman is a human. Oh, a woman is not a what? Okay, hold on. Why am I reading these wrong? A woman is a human, not a vehicle. Sounds so wrong. Sorry. Yes. Yes, 100% true. We're not vehicles. We're human being, you know that? Okay, I see. I have to do something. So we'll talk to you soon. I add. Okay, thank you, thank you. I used to be you know, guys, I don't know if the word simp is a bad thing, but if don't just take it, just don't. Ayan. Ipaliwanag mo, admin. O, diba? Ayan. So, that's another thing. But, we're gonna go to. But, JJ, ayan, thank you for, being here. Ayan, don't get triggered with 100% true because 100% true is always like that. But, like in the live chat, he's a troll. You know what a troll means? But, in live screen he's not really like that. So if you just know 100% true in the live chat, don't take him seriously, guys. Not a whim, just respect women as I was raised by a single mother and have two sister and four nieces I had. And also guys, ayan, so different backgrounds also factors in different perspective. If you come from a third world country, it's definitely different from first world countries. So just kind of think about that as well. Ayan. Okay, I'm back. Oh, diba? Guest is back. It's terrible. Ayan. My sister would have nastier things to say to you. Oh, are you fighting over there? He's always cocky. Yes. Oh, he's like the 100% true. He's always like that in the live chat, you guys. But in the screen, you admitted it. Not interested to know him. Yes, yes, definitely. Ayan. Okay, I see. I am out. Ayan, guys. Ayan. So, but JJ, don't take 100% true. Like, seriously. He's like that, like, I've always said this in the live screen, in the chat, he's totally a different person. So, like it's almost like, like this is how I see it, guys. Sometimes in a public live stream, and this is part of my life journey as well, and I kind of want you guys to understand how I'm taking it and how what are the steps I'm doing as well, because it's all going to be like, you're going to be emotionally intelligent and you're going to be a better person, less stress. There are going to be a people out there that would be different, like their perspective, their opinions is going to be super cringy, super weird, even super like, like, ah, what is he talking about or what is she talking about? It's gonna be like weird for you, something crazy. But for me, we all have trigger points. But as I've always said, it's always going to be up to you guys if you're gonna be triggered by it. And that's the nice thing about life. You get to learn that. And I'm trying to learn to choose my battles. There are things that I might say something, like I could say and get back to you harshly. Like, because if you know me as a person, I'll probably offend a lot of people, but at the same time, because we're in public live streams, there are always going to be people that would have different opinions from us. You have to understand that you don't have to explain yourself. If they cannot understand you, then it's their problem. And it will be less stress, ganon. I know 100% is a troll, but sometimes we do have a troll with a soul, or that's why they say troll with a heart. And that would be, like, there's a lot of people, you just have to understand them, like you have to put yourself in their shoe. Sometimes. Yung isang game, magkwento ka ng nakakalungkot na kwento, pero dapat hindi ka tatawa. And that is our sad story. I'm holding my tongue. Trust me, I am pretty brutal. Yes. But, the holding the tongue and being triggered and don't bother. I would say, JJ, you'll be on the don't bother kind of side, like 100% true. It's kind of like the way he likes to have conversation. And sometimes it could be like misunderstanding because, it's in the chat, sometimes, like a person saying it comes from good intentions, or it just kind of like just how he talks, socially. But at the same time, you have to understand not everything is, like that. Sometimes you have to understand what are they really saying. And that's why conversation is very, very important. I don't bother with people like that. I am. But I see my chats in the comment section are my thoughts. So what do you mean that I'm different on screen? So, if he doesn't know 100% true, and I think, as being part of the community, this is kind of like what I'm observing, and I've said this before to you, 100% true. Like your words in the live chat, if you noticed, you are triggering a lot of people, and you're basically kind of like, showing the side of being super aggressive in a way that some doesn't like, if you notice that. If you don't, I'm telling you, in a good intention, in a good place. But when you're on screen, everyone is really, everyone adores you because you talk nice, you deliver your words nicely, you kind of like make your opinions like on point. But when it comes to texting or like wording out in chats, it's a different thing, because I think, coming from different, it's always going to be different when you read it and when it's coming from the person's mouth. You know what I'm saying? 100% true. I hope you do. And as a guy who wants a wife and kids and the whole family unit, I can't wait. See, look, 100% true. Service survivor, you have the same goals, but not everyone would have the same goals. Be offensive people have become such wimps over words these days. you know, like as a, I actually had this conversation, like, like, and the thing is like words can hurt. It definitely can hurt, especially if it's words that are for you, the one saying it is not hurtful, but to the person that you're talking to, for them, it could be something that they are having issues with, or they have a bad experience before. So it's, that's what I'm saying, guys. Not everyone is the same. Like in fitness, not there's no one size for all, Ayan. Oh, Tab J. I saw that, Tab J. At dahil dyan, I know you like this one. So this is for you, Tab J.
If you like the rhythm.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Tab J. I 100%. I am. What is it? Are you be ready? Oh, this is the question. So, are you ready to be a man who's willing to protect and defend their family? 100% I am, says Servo. Wow, thank you so much, Dub J. See ya when I see ya again. Wow naman, Dub J. Again and again. Hindi ka sasali talaga. Hindi ka sasali sa palaro, Tab J. Ayan, tutulog ka na, Tab J. Love you, Icy. Aw, thank you for the 100% true, So you understand what I say. Ayan, thank you. Ayan, thank you for understanding. Ayan, yep, admin, I'm getting sleepy right now. Next time again. Oh, Top J. But good night, good night. Oh, yes, I mean, nasay, Top J. Good night. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you, thank you. Next time, sali ka ha. Ayan, sali ka sa Mr. January ko. Ayan, bye, Top J from Brett. Ayan. I don't know. My gaming live streams, I'm pretty offensive and cutthroat with my jokes. Yes, like in Twitch, I think it's more, like leaner, I guess. It's more because there's a lot of just chatting. But on YouTube, it's different. You have to have, rules and regulations in place. And the thing is, what I'm trying to create in this channel, at least in my live stream, the community I want to create, I want everyone to understand and be better. Not I'm saying that I'm better, but I'm saying, like, in this life journey channel, I want everyone to have a different glimpse of different situations. So you kind of like you can understand other people's perspective and opinions, or where they coming from, because that's how community works. You cannot really always attack other people. And as the host of this live stream, like, and because I'm knowing each and every one of you, so it's my part to kind of like communicate the things that you cannot really tell, so that other people can actually understand you in a glance. But of course, these are all my opinions. But if you disagree with it, and if you cannot do the rules and regulations, then that's your problem. I I just look as at the person who's trying to strike a nerve with me, and if it's someone who is pathetic, I'm just like, yeah, okay, nice. See, that's the thing. You'll just have to you have to choose your battles. And I get it, coming from being triggered a lot, coming from, I always wanted to be right as a teenager, coming from, all of us become a teenager at some point. It's all about us, kind of thing. So you have to understand those little things that is happening through your life, and you're just gonna have to step up, like be a better version of you than yesterday or even last year. But again and again, you can start every day. I'll be back. Yes, Brett and Coden Dur. Ayan, hi host. Coden Dur, hi, and welcome to Icy Fit live stream. Thank you, Coden. Ayan, am I pronouncing your name correctly? All right. Bye, Icy. Thank you for the feedback about myself. And I'm sorry for everyone that I offended. I'm really sweet in real life. Yes, I am. So, JJ, sorry from 100% true. And I told you guys, you can just always. Sometimes there are people out there that are very misunderstand. But if you're here in my live stream, like if you can't understand other people, let me be the platform where you can kind of like get a glimpse of someone's life. Something like that. Can you understand me? Okay. I go to the gym. If someone doesn't go to the gym, I am better than them. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. Heating up water for 3-in-1. Ooh, is that a 3-in-1 like Filipino 3-in-1? I was a fat gamer geek as a teen, and I just wanted to be left alone. Yes, and there are people like that. Like today, I feel like, well, with me, it's more of like if I'm working out and I'm in my zone, yes, leave me the F alone. Especially if my music is blaring, that means don't talk to me. And thank you so much, 100% true. And yeah, thank you, guys. And just be, like just be casual and don't fight. Don't fight anyone. But it could be a heated debate. But at the same time, but like it's fine. It's fine. This is my channel. I'll be refereeing everyone else. And my admin is down there. So if you are being, like disrespectful with anyone, my admin will warn you. Ayan. So be nice, you know. Being nice is harder, you guys. You know, I get that. I get that. You know, there are people out there you cannot tolerate. And, you know, sometimes I do have those moments. So, and, you know, what makes you better is, you know, if you can control that emotion and just kind of like, you know, always choose your battles, you know, kind of thing. If you don't know what that means, so that's your problem. I treat people accordingly. Yes, true. That's very, very true. You know, there like I always say this. I'm a bully that I bully bullies. And if there's such a thing like that, you know. But for people who are being bullied, you know, like I will never understand how what feels, you know, because maybe I was bullied, but probably I don't know I'm being bullied because I always fight back. And, you know, I know there are people that couldn't fight back. But if you're one of those people, I see fit live stream is here. You can always vent your frustrations here, tell your story, share your story. You know, it'll be my pleasure to hear all about those. Cause marites lang ako. O, diba? Ayan, so there's another one, guys. Ayan, I want to show you. And this is from BetterHelp. Ayan, it's called The Psychology Behind a Sense of Entitlement. O, diba? Ayan, we're going back to this topic, okay, you guys? Ayan. We're gonna think if we are entitled, okay? But before that, we're gonna get a quick commercial break. Please don't go anywhere. If you have no water in front of you, if you are hungry, please do get your snacks. If you do want to go at toilet, go to the toilet and please come back because it's gonna be such a quick break, and I'll be right back. And we are back. Ayan. Why do I keep saying we as we? We. But guys, okay, I was rushed at the door for work, so breakfast was literally just a whole small tub of cottage cheese. Ooh, oh, speaking of cottage cheese, guys, I really think I'm becoming lactose intolerant. Like, I'm probably going to, like lower down my dairy products, which sucks, because I love dairy products from time to time. And iced coffee, 'di ba? But guys, I know this is not really, but it's just a little bit of segue before we continue of what our topic is. But in the Philippines and in Japan, lactose intolerance is not as, like, I feel like a lot of people are not educated enough with lactose intolerance. So let me do this in Tagalog first and then we'll talk about it. But I'm pretty sure if you are native in English, lactose intolerance is basically everywhere, like that's why they would have dairy free products. But ayan, in Tagalog, I want to explain this to my fellow Filipinos because I'm pretty sure this is not very talked about in the Philippines. They don't know about these things and they probably are having this and they didn't know. So, here we go. Ayan. So, sa mga Pilipino, ayan, di ba? Bisaya man, good. Ayan. Sa mga fellow Filipinos ko, guys, ayan, pag sinabing lactose intolerance, ito yung mga tipo ng tao na hindi nila nabe-break yung sugar o nadadigest yung sugar ng dairy products sa tiyan nila. Kaya sumasakit. So meaning, kung ikaw ay isang Pilipina or Pilipino at kumain ka ng tinapay or ng kapeng may gatas, ice cream, anything na merong dairy, 'di ba? Nakikita 'yan sa butter, nakikita 'yan sa gatas, anything na may dairy. Lahat ng ginagamitan mo ng may gatas, dairy products. And it's not just goes for dairy, cheese, 'di ba? Mga keso, meron din 'yan. So kapag kumain ka ng maraming may gano'n at sumakit ang tiyan mo, ibig sabihin, puwede kang meron kang lactose intolerance, yun yung sinasabi. So, maglaylo ka, tingnan mo, try mo maglaylo ng mga kahit anong may gatas or galing sa gatas na mga produkto o merong ginamit na gatas. Pag hindi sumakit yung tiyan mo, hindi ka nagtae, ibig sabihin yun yung problema niyo. Ibig sabihin lactose intolerance kayo. So kailangan niyo ng mga pagkain na dairy free. So yun. I don't know how big. Ayan, I just explained what lactose intolerance for my fellow Filipinos to all my English viewers, but I just wanted to share that awareness. So like I don't know how big whole foods or like organic foods or dairy free products in the Philippines is, but when I visit the Philippines like 4 years ago, I would say is that dairy free. And some people, which is kind of sad, they don't know about this. You'll just have to explain it. So that's the thing. So I hope it become more, like, a lot of people would talk about it more to my Asian people, because it's a thing. Even in Japan, but at least in Japan, you know, every food they would tell you if they contain milk. So that's kind of like one thing. Thank you for sharing that, boss. Bakit? Hindi mo alam? In-explain ko na yan sa'yo ng paulit-ulit. Ayan. Pero yun, guys. So, going back to our discussion, you guys, I know please do interact with me if you know this because there are a couple of questions as well. So, let's do this. I am. Okay. So, this is from BetterHelp. And if you want to read the whole article, I'll do the link in the description box after this live stream. So, have you ever met someone who seems to act like the world owes them? Oh, may mga kilala na ba kayo guys na sa paningin ninyo yung feeling may utang sa kanila ang mundo? Oh, 'di ba? Someone who is not satisfied unless their own needs are met. Oh, 'di ba? Sa mga taong yung mga taong kakilala ninyo na 'pag hindi nasunod ang gusto nila o hindi nila nakuha yung gusto nila, eh, hindi nagiging satisfied, hindi na 'di ba? Ay, are you allergic to lactose? I think I'm becoming one, but it's kind of still I hit and miss. Sometimes I wouldn't have stomachache, but sometimes I would. So, like I think I'm getting there, but I don't know. It's gonna suck if it does because, like a lot of protein powders have milk, and if it doesn't, the hydrolyzed one is very, very expensive. So, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Yes, I have. Ayan. So trying to maintain a relationship with someone who acts this way can be really feel frustrating. In society, this type of behavior typically attracts strong criticism and condemnation. Ayan. I'm gonna up my dairy for you. You're gonna do it for me. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, Servo. Ayan. You can get veggie protein bar. I don't like it. I've had it. I've had, like I think I pretty have all difference because I have to try different kinds of, protein powder, especially when COVID hits. I think that's the value of protein powder just kind of like skyrocketed, and it becomes very, very expensive. So, but I don't know, I've never had a veggie protein powder that fits my taste. So hopefully if you have anything, drop in the comments down below and let me know what kind of brand do you have that you think I would really like. So, another one. So, if this sounds like someone you may be interacting with someone who has a sense of entitlement. So, the things that I questioned or the things that I asked about is what it called or what it means for a person to have a sense of entitlement. Defined as unrealistic, unmerited, inappropriate expectation of favorable living conditions, and favorable treatment at the hands of others, 'di ba? Big sabihin sa Tagalog, yung mga ano ba tawag doon? Ano ba yun? Nawala sa Tagalog. Anong Tagalog doon, admin? Yung PAL, oh, 'di ba? Nakatira sa PAL. Mga Tagalog, 'di ba, guys? Ayan. So, like some people would go for online therapy. And the thing is, with BetterHelp, I'm pretty sure some of you people know them. They're part of, this, like people would help you in mental health. So that's one of the things. So it's really nice to kind of like open up with someone. It's nice to kind of like understand things that you don't understand. And some people would have a real conversation with you. As I've said, guys, conversation, good conversation, meaningful conversation is really, really good. But at the same time, you have to have that skill. But if you get, like if you cannot control your emotions in a conversation, that it can may lead to something different. It's naturally lactose free. Try goat milk products instead of cow. Ooh. I'll look into that, Servo. Thank you, thank you, thank you, John. Diyos ko, wala ata ako dictionary dito. ano, ano bang sinabi ko? Ayan. So, what does it mean to have a sense of entitlement? Ayan. So, according to this article, a sense of entitlement is a personality trait that is based on a person's belief that they deserve privileges or recognition for things that they did not earn. O, diba? Ayan, sa Tagalog, ayan. Ito yung mga tipo, ito yung mga karakter na ang paniniwala ng isang tao is deserving nilang magkaroon ng iba't ibang benefits or privileges, ika nga, o mga bagay na kailangan mong kumbaga makakamit nila pero hindi naman nila pinaghirapan. So, yun yung mga ito yung ibig sabihin ng word na entitlement, a sense of entitlement. So, kung may mga tao kayong kakilalang ganyan, sigurado marami yan. Pilipinas pa, kumpleto tayo diyan. Pero hindi guys, In all seriousness, it's not just in the Philippines. It's like it's all over the world. You're gonna meet these people. So we're gonna just have to understand, the deeper kind of like the psychology behind the sense of entitlement. And I work as a valet driver at local casino. Trust me, I know what it means to have to deal with an entitled person. Yes. So basically, not everyone can deal with them. You'll probably have less toleration. It's pretty cringy sometimes if you see them like that. At a casino, I meant. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Ayan. So, in simple terms, people experiencing this sense believe that the world owes them something in exchange for nothing. So, in Tagalog, guys, ito yung mga tipo ng tao na feeling nila, ang mundo, pinagsisilbihan sila at wala silang dapat gawin para maging maganda ang buhay nila. 'Di ba? Oh, ganun yun, guys. So there are many reasons why someone may develop a sense of entitlement. So we're going to talk about this, okay? So many people believe that when children are given everything they ask for without learning how to earn them, which what we are talking about earlier, parenting. Good parenting is very, very important. So if you want to be a parent someday, or if you're already a parent, try to do some justice on that responsibility. And on the other hand, certain personality disorders, such as narcissistic personality disorder. O, diba? Ito yung mga bilib na bilib sa sarili nila kahit wala namang katotohanan at walang basehan yung pagiging kung ano man yung pinopromote nila o ano man yung mga pinagyayabang nila. O, diba? May nati-trigger diyan, ayan, kaso baka naka-mute siya, o 'di ba? Ayan, like people that think they deserve a trophy for finishing last in the sports event. Oh my god, yes. And that's another thing, you guys. Like one of the things that I feel is, like I've had people commenting about how I deal with my kids. Because, like as I've said before, I have boys, and being as a competitive parents we usually tell our kids you have to be number one because number two, basically you're a loser. You're the second best. So there's nothing wrong with aiming for number one as long as you are going to put work in it. But at the same time, nowadays, even if you just, you know, I mean, it is nice for people to try it out, but doesn't win anything. At least you've tried. But having trophies for every one of this, you're basically not pushing them to the greater best version of them because if you kind of treat everyone the same, sometimes some kids will take it as like, well, I don't have to do anything good because I can have a trophy anyways. So there are kind of like merits, benefits in all of this, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who disagree with what I've just said. But, you know, I don't care. They're my kids. They're gonna grow up what I wanted them to be. And I think it become a very, very good influence on them that we kind of like let them become number one because they try to put the work in it. And, with all of their kind of like school thing, the marathon, sprinting, games at school, like, sports festival day kind of thing. They have that in school. We call them undokai. So they're really good at what they do. And I don't think if people surrounding them pushing them like that, and they'll probably just gonna go for whatever appreciation or, like participating trophy. So I don't want that. So they've always been number one. So I think, they are good. They're good kids, you know. And how old are your kids? They're all they're teenagers. Oh, yeah. See, that's not completely accurate because I was pretty much given whatever I wanted as a kid without earning them, but was taught value because if I broke it, I didn't get another one. And I would agree with that. I've known a lot of rich kids in my days. And the thing is, not every rich kid or not every privileged kids that are rich that basically was given to them basically, like with me, I have a saving grace because we got bankrupt. I kind of like understand, you know, the concept of value of, like working hard and doing stuff. But at the same time, I was raised with a mother who gives me everything I want. I'm a spoiled kid, I'm a spoiled kid at heart. But also because I matured, I kind of like had the taste and glimpse of it being poor. And so I kind of know. And I think it's also because I'm half Japanese, I have a sense of pride where I need to work things that I wanted to have. Like, even though you have privileges, it means the world to me to know that I work for something. Like I work this, like it's me who did this, not because, like privileges that I had. So if you're not first, you're last. Exactly. You had your kids very young. Yes, I am I cannot say that word. No, I'm very, very stupid when I was a young person. And that's what I'm saying. You can be stupid when you're young. You're a kid, yo. So, but when you get to be an adult, you have to think, you have to use your brain, you have to learn things, you have to kind of like educate yourself, be a better person of whatever better it is. Not just for you but for the people around you that people would always depend on other people. So if there's people that are depending on you, you also have to think about what's better for them. Japanese have that worker bee mentality a lot of the time. Yes, and at the same time, I think this is why I always kind of like so thankful that I am multicultural person because I see the bad thing about that, like you know the problem we had in our work society or working life in Japan. So I know how to balance the two. I know how to kind of like make my life worth living, not just work and house and that's it. Because I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I have a family. I know I have to balance these things because I accepted all the responsibilities on it. People that get given watch hours and subs to get to 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs and they celebrate. What? No, and that's another thing. But sometimes there are things like that. Those are privileges. And the thing is, as I've said, it doesn't have to be in a particular race, it doesn't have to be in a particular status in life. Everyone everyone would have privileges, whether it's tiny, it's not even a privilege for some. But I'm pretty sure if we look closely on what we are or who we are, we're gonna have privileges. Like if, like it's not going to be a privilege in the opinion of other people who have higher privileges than you, but there's definitely one thing. So like for example what you are saying, Brad, for these people, it's kind of like a privilege for them because they know someone who can do that for them. And they would celebrate because it could be multiple things, because it's something that is so rare to get. They find kind of like they find proudness of having that, even if it was just given to them. So it depends on people. And at the same time, that's what entitlement is all about. It's like, it could be a good or bad thing depending on how you kind of handle that situation. And what else, Ayan? Pretty privilege is real, yo. Yes, of course. Another one. Like there's a lot of privileges, but the thing is, like, what is the difference, or what is the factors that would take place between, using what is your privileges, or what are your privileges is, and basically being entitled about it. You have to balance those things. You feel better is you work hard and you accomplish something on your own. Yes, definitely. And that's one of the things, like with me, at least for the most part that I know of in my life, I like working for something, because it's something that you can take a proud of. You'll be proud of it. Like I've been hit up with, because I have Instagram, I have other social media. And as you know, guys, I'm not super really good at social media. But the thing is, sometimes I would be hit up with DMs and telling me that you can have this if you are, gonna have to pay me this. But at the same time, why? Why do I have to do that? So there are little things. You'll just have to know what are, the benefits. And at the same time, don't always depend on your privileges. Work for it. you know and what else I had as a fugly guy. We would always say this is unfair and I don't like it. I Well, the thing is, a lot of you'll probably think of someone who is handsome or, pretty. And sometimes they would tell you the not so good about being pretty or being handsome. So, you have to there's always going to be two sides of everything. So you're just gonna have to take something that would make you in peace. It's all about mindset, guys. I Yes, Brad, I know what you're talking about, but sometimes, that's what they want. And so that's they want for their channel. So good for them if that's, like at the same time, as I'm saying, guys, sometimes people would do these things and that things that you are not agreeing with, but that's their own thing. That's their own opinion. And, we'll just have to do what we want for our channel. If you're a YouTuber or if you're a viewer, what do you want to do with your life? Everyone's different. Ayan. And Jack's Guitar channel. Hello, 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 Jack, all the way from Australia. Ayan. Thank you, Jack. And how about you, Jack? Do you have a sense of entitlement? Ayan. And hi, admin ni Icy Fit. And how are you? Good. And you? I'm fine. Thank you for asking and welcome. Icy, you have pretty privilege, so abuse the living shit. No, but the thing is, like I do that. And I've been saying that, like I always preach this, like don't get me wrong, Servo. Like I know my benefits. I know what I am good at. I know my weaknesses. And as I've said, like one thing is for sure with women, and I'm calling you out, all girls out there. If you know you have a pretty privileged thing, use it as a benefit. Use it as kind of like, something that is going to be a character for you to do something. But you also have to understand that you have to work for it. Like being pretty, You're gonna get older at some point. Our skin would wrinkle. It has a time limit. you know Hopefully for me it'll be like super 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 long, so you guys would still be here for many 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 years to come, even if I don't look cute anymore for you guys. Nah, I'm getting too old. So those are the things, guys. So yes, I do it from time to time. I'll do that, if I need it. But like, it's something that, I don't really just focus on. It's more of like, how, because one thing it is, there are certain situations that is really really helpful, but at the same time I have to feel proud of what I do. I need to know for myself that I am working for something, and I earn any recognition or anything that would come out of it because I did the work. But if you are a person who wants recognition, who wants anything, like success, and you don't basically feel that you have to work for it, then that is what it means to be entitled. So that's what entitled means when we talk about entitlement. So, yes. So, those are the little things. And, like all of us, in a sense, we will feel entitled of such things. It's the question is, how are you going to use it? And are you going to be a good person or a bad person? A frustrating person that when we talk about entitled people, are those, like people that is not really, like you cannot really like them even if you want to. I I think it's easier for older guys to stay or get in shape, staying attractive versus women as they age. Yes. And that's the thing, sometimes, like a man, you can get old and you'll still look appealing to women, especially women that are in their younger, like. But the thing is with women, because, biologically, sometimes guys would think of us, in a certain situation or a certain image. So, yes, it kind of sucks when you get old, then you'll be called so many. But that's why when you're young, if you look good, flaunt it. If you have something to show, show it, because it's not going to be forever. It'll fade away. So when you can, flaunt it. Not, not guys, not, be still, be, have dignity sometimes. Lee, welcome back. Diba? Ayan. So, should have to work hard. Yes. Everyone should work hard. The thing is, sometimes I feel like other people would think I'm working hard. But if I compare myself to other people that I know that is working hard more than me, then I would feel lazy for myself. So, like it's all different. Gonna be how you work hard is up to you, you know. But if something is not doing in what you're expecting, you probably have to do more, or you'll have to kind of shift whatever, if you're not doing any success on what kind of endeavor you are, it's probably because you're not working hard enough or it's not for you. Ganon. Ayan, I was out with friends a bit drunk. I did read that correctly, did I? Lee, this one dude that I follow on Insta is 55 and still in amazing shape, natty to baddie ass. Natty to badass. So follow him on Instagram, you guys. Him work hard, yeah, on YouTube 24/7. those are the things, like YouTube can be really, really like time consuming. Like it really is. And it's not just about, like being, some people, that's basically their TV. Some people would watch TV 24 hours. And the thing is, new generation now, it's all about YouTube. YouTube is your TV. So there are people out there that have like 24/7. Like I remember when I first had my channel and basically, like had the chance to meet different communities. Like if I could probably not sleep, I'll probably on YouTube 24/7. But that's not how it works, guys. You have to sleep. I am. If you a young person, woman especially, find a good man or husband before it's too late. Men have a bit long what? Men have a bit long time. What? You are drunk. You parata. Ayan, you paratirikai. Ayan. So guys, that's fun. Okay, so we're gonna talk about signs if someone has a sense of entitlement. Ooh. Ayan. Okay, so let's see. Guys, let's see about this. Oops, sorry. Okay. So, a person has a sense of entitlement may come across as having extreme self-confidence of a belief that they should benefit from any given situation. Ooh, good. Because when they were saying, like, a person who has a sense of entitlement may come across as having extreme self confidence. And I was like thinking, ooh, oh. But then they said that they should benefit from any given situation. Okay, I'm safe. I'm not entitled because I don't think like that. But if you have a belief that whether you work hard or not, in any given situation, you should benefit from it, then there's something wrong. You have to really think about it. Like you have to understand there are just things that's not for you. You cannot have everything. Life is unfair, is like that. So, like you have to understand there's always going to be struggles. You know, what are you saying? Yes, I see. I'm addicted to exercise. I always go on an hour, 30-minute walk after work, and I do it twice every day. I did it now when I got home. Ooh, admin. O, diba? Pala ka dyan. Lee. Modern day society, especially in America, had made young people so damn lazy. I probably would agree with that. But like that's the thing, like every generation there's going to be a gap. Every generation would probably our mother or our mother's mothers or father's fathers would probably say the same thing with us, and we're gonna say the same thing with younger generation after us. So it's all in a cycle, I am. So when someone with a sense of entitlement doesn't get what they want, it is not uncommon for them to lash out at others in anger or frustration. Maybe their attitude fluctuates often, especially when things don't go their way. In Tagalog and in English, one word: spoiled brat. If you raise a spoiled brat, it's very possible they're gonna be entitled person. you know it could be good for you if you want to think it is good, but in all sense of society, I think there's a lot of people that would agree that it is not good. Raising a spoiled kid is not good. And it's a very, very frustrating, I know, for some mothers and fathers who cannot spoil or who cannot put themselves to spoil their kids because you just want to give the world to your kids if you're a parent. But you have to understand that is the responsibility of being a parent, for you to create a person that is good, not just for themselves, but for the society they would probably grow into, you know. So, yeah, that's kind of like a thing. So, such behaviors are usually rooted in their belief that they should be admired and respected. And that's why we're talking about earlier about narcissistic personality, because some of these traits are be seen with people who are narcissistic. Although they may come across as having a bold personality or a great sense of self confidence, many people with a sense of entitlement battle personal insecurities. See, guys, issues. Ang dami nilang issues, di ba? Ayan. So, sometimes if you are, if you don't know how to handle your insecurities, you don't have like that peace, like peace for yourself. You have to accept yourself at some point. You have to understand how to accept yourself, because no one will accept you for who you are but just you alone, really. So you have to kind of like have that peace that you are like that. Ayan. Unfortunately, ayan, their attention-seeking behaviors and overbearing personalities often isolate them from people they once considered friends. So this in turn can lead to further feelings of isolation and depression. O, diba, guys? Ayan. So, there are factors, and I'm just not saying this is a bad thing, like, don't get me wrong, probably entitled person probably didn't know they're entitled anyways, because they're probably too dumb to. Okay, I'm gonna behave now. Okay, I'll behave. Okay, I'll behave a little bit. Okay. Ah. Okay, back to lurking. Okay, Servo. Aya, Servo. Thank you, Servo. So, we're gonna just go through this very fast. I'm not gonna be able to like dig deeper. And we're gonna get run out of time. So if you wanna do this part two, or you wanna continue talking about this, guys, please let me know in the comments down below. Or follow me on my social media. Every social media platform, just hit the at IC fit. I'm market high speed and I will come out in there. Follow me and all of that. And if you wanted to be, or if you want to do entry, kung magpapa-entry po kayo sa Mr. Because I'm looking for Mr., Miss, Mrs. January. Sa mga gustong magpa-entry, ayan, please do connect with me on my Facebook, ayan, and send me your videos. Yon. So, understanding the psychology behind a sense of entitlement. So, according to these articles, we're going to go through it. And but if you want to read this, in the full article later on after this live stream, I'll put the link in the description box down below and let me know. So, there are several theories regarding why some people may develop a sense of entitlement. So, let's discuss some of them in depth. So, they discussed in this article those depths, but right now, because we're running out of time, we're just gonna get through this. And if you want to talk more about this, I am, please let me know. And so this spoiled child, which we talked about, earlier, we talk about this. And one of the things is I feel like, it comes down to, being a parent. So take your responsibility very, very, very seriously if you want to have kids. That's just what I'm saying, you guys. So, and the next is an attempt to overcompensate for past wrongs. Ooh, I've never heard this one before, but we're going to read this. In some cases, after experiencing maltreatment or neglect, the neglected child, people develop a self righteous attitude. Ooh, I want to kind of like, discuss this one. I feel like there's more into this. So, for example, a child who is deprived of love and affection may grow up to demand it from others because they did not receive it at young age. Oh, that's what it means. I've never seen that in that kind of light, guys. Like, like I always thought like self-righteous attitude, like I feel like everyone would pass that phase. Like you want to be right, like it's just kind of like a human behavior. Like you want to be right. But at the same time, I didn't know that, like being a neglected child. So if you find someone as an, like entitled, I'm not saying, because these are excuses to me, you know. This is the thing, guys, we can have excuse of what our life come towards, like if we are struggling, we can have an excuse for everything. And if you're a child who is deprived of love and affection, like you have to move on. I think it's really traumatic because I will never understand you guys. But I think most of us or a lot of us struggles at some form or another when we are kids. We have our own, self, like s- kind of like who we are. We try to find who we are at some point. And if you're gonna, like if you're gonna lead your future life because of the past mistakes, which is, I guess, what it is, means to attempt to overcompensate for past wrongs. You're trying to find something in your future because you didn't have it, which makes sense. But at the same time, you have to understand there are past wrongs that you can never do right. You'll just have to kind of like start your own story in a real thing, some stuff like that. So sometimes it's hard. So, as I've said, being a parent is really, really hard. So take it seriously. I Oh, thank you, Shirley. What's that super sticker about? I am, but thank you, anyways. And for that, this is for you, Shirley. Ayan, o, diba? Ang kulit ko, no? Thank you so much for that. So, another thing is personality disorders. Ayan, yo, from Shirley. Ayan, thank you. Like and share this stream, everyone. Thank you, Brad. Thank you for that. Ayan, so another thing is, ayan, personality disorders. As we've said before, narcissistic personality disorder. Ayan, meaning yung mga believe to the highest level sa sarili nila kahit pa hindi naman karapat dapat. O, di ba? Yun yung ibig sabihin nun, guys. Ayan, thank you, Shirley, for that. Ayan. So, because personality disorders are characterized by altered views of oneself and others, it is not surprising that those with personality disorders often experience a sense of entitlement. So that's one of the things, guys. And, you know, um, this is the thing. I have to say this, and I hope you guys your opinion about this. But sometimes, there's this viral. I was actually supposed to find it and then showed it to you. I think it's a very viral. If you watch Abba and Preach, those channel, the YouTube channel, they kind of like put that out. But I'm just gonna get you the story of this. So there's this kid who has green hair. I think she also has piercings. And I think she also called herself like gender neutral. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. So there's this TikTok viral thing where she kind of like into, like she's melting. How do you call that? she's throwing a fit, because she's already in an adult age. So she's not a minor, so she's an adult. And basically, she lives with her parents and she doesn't work. She doesn't, she doesn't work. She doesn't go to school. Basically, her parents are still paying for the bills. Even though she's an adult, she can basically do the work for herself. But she thinks it's so unfair that her parents are kicking her out of the house. And I think one of the things that I feel, if you have personality disorders, sometimes I feel like, not for those people that are clinically diagnosed. I'm just saying, mental health. And this person is blaming her mental health or disorders that she has. That's why she couldn't go to work or stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure there are people who have personality disorders that can actually, get at least the one that she's saying in the video, like there are people who can still go through life, working and all of that. So I think sometimes people would blame mental health for things that could be easily just be, like take your responsibility, you know, kind of thing. So I hope don't always blame it on that, like make sure you understand who you are, in a sense. And if you don't, seek for help, ask for help, something like that. Always kind of like have that open minded to ask people that you trust, how are you doing, how they view you. And hopefully you have a good circle to tell you the truth, because some people doesn't have that privilege. Another one, it's a privilege to have real people behind you or around you, because if you don't have that, then yeah, that's one of the things, probably your downfall. So, and Daniel Carhoonen, welcome back. Hi, Icy, and admin from Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. So, how about you, Daniel? In Sweden, is sense of entitlement a thing over there? Ayan, what is your self worth if you mooch of your parents? Yeah, but again, it could be cultural. Some people find it's normal. And for these people, I've seen a lot of people, they don't work, and like it could sometimes truth hurts, but you're an adult. If you're an adult, yes, there's probably work for you. I've seen disabled people, they're still working. There's work. So if they can work and you have two arms, two legs, you can read, you can write, you can definitely go to work. Diba? Ayan. What is your self-worth if you mooch of your parents? And yeah, there are a lot of entitled people in Sweden. See, I told you guys, it's all over the world. So I hope, parents who wants to have kids, be responsible, you guys. Because, I feel like, one of the things that are becoming the problem is there's a lot of bad parenting, and I think it's because education is not there. They're not well educated, they don't know, they don't see the world. Some people doesn't have struggles, and some people always depend on their privileges, they don't work for it. So if we can start that system of like teaching our kids in the future, like they have to work for something, then maybe it could change, it could change. But right now, there's a lot of these people. So, leaning towards, I'm just going to end this here. But if you guys wanted to kind of like continue this conversation, please let me know. So, this is the last one, guys. Ayan. So, learning to overcome a sense of entitlement. So if you feel bad just watching this and you think, oh my God, I am a self entitled person, and you want to get or you want to overcome that sense of entitlement because it's not doing you any good, or people that you know or people around you doesn't like about you, and you heard this said about you, then this is to overcome. There are lists that is, in this article. So one is stop comparing yourself to others, which is, it's kind of like a golden rule. So why would you compare yourself? You're your own self, guys. You can create your own. Yeah. Remember that you are a unique individual and you can accomplish your own goals and dreams. Okay. And sometimes these words can be, like used in a very, very different way, but just always know that you are you, no one can do better than what you can do better. So, we have all our weaknesses and strengths. So please do know them. Be realistic about yourself. Be real at least to yourself. Magpakatotoo lang kayo sa sarili ninyo. May kasabihan nga tayo sa Tagalog, ang katotohanan ay ang magpapalipad sa iyo. O, di ba? Mali ako doon, for sure. But anyways, and take the time to think about things you want to achieve and make a list of things you are willing to do to make it happen. Katulad ng sinabi ko, paninindigan guys. Kung ano man yung mga naisip ninyo, 'di ba, na gusto nyong marating, pagtrabahuhan ninyo. At kung hindi nyo naman kaya yung pagtatrabaho, the next, o 'di ba? Ayan, don't be discouraged by temporary setbacks. For a lot of you guys that own YouTube channel as well, this is another thing. YouTube journey is not all happiness. There's always going to be struggles. And I think I kind of wanted to kind of like dig deeper into this year is about mental health of a lot of streamers, a lot of YouTube, creators out there. It's not just on YouTube journey, but just like your common personal space, going to work, they're always going to be a setback. They're always going to be something that's not what you expected. Sometimes it could be worse, but there's always going to be that kind of setback before you go towards your goals. So don't be discouraged onto those. Try to kind of get a glimpse of a little positivity when you're in that kind of phase. Do something because it's the right thing to do, not because you expect to be rewarded. But the thing is, sometimes reward is a good thing. Like as a personal trainer, we have this thing where you kind of punish them or reward them, but it depends on a person. So that's the thing, guys. Sometimes you'll just have to do the right thing to do, you know. And what is right means it's up to you to decide. And try and look at things from another person's point of view. This is what I'm trying to learn, and this is what I'm trying to let you learn in this community, in this live stream, is try and look at things from another person's point of view. Try is one thing, understanding, learning is another way up ahead. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have more live streams to share and interact with. So if you kind of like this kind of conversations, guys, Ayan. And if you like what I'm talking about, and if you have, like if you have like some video that you think I would be interested in, please let me know. Connect with me on my social media, DM me those videos that you want me to react on or try to kind of like explore with. If you have frustrations and you don't know who to talk to, and you're open, like you're ready to kind of like accept what can you not see, so that you can be better. Because sometimes you have to ask other people opinion so you can have a better kind of like a whole thing clasp of things that are happening around you is very, very important. And I hope you find that trust, you find that kind of piece if you can share that to our live stream. If you want to be anonymous, you can always do that as well. You can tell me your stories, you send it on my DMs, and then it'll be my pleasure to kind of like explore them in my live stream. So guys, ayan, walang sumali sa ating mga palaro. Ayan, as expected. Ayan, as expected. But anyways, guys, so today that is all for today, guys. But thank you for showing up, guys, and thank you for interacting with me all the time. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the stickers, and thank you for people who are a member of ICP Livestream. To everyone that supports this channel, thank you, and hopefully you can also dress me up. I'll put it down, I'll tell you the details, but if you want to dress me up, you want to kind of like, sponsor what I wear in my live stream, I'll put the links, like in the future anyway. So but if you're interested in that, in advance, thank you so much. Minasang arigato gozaimashita, and minasang oyasumi. Talk to you next Saturday, and hopefully we get to our Mr. January next time. So thank you guys. I mean it. I appreciate every one of you. Have a wonderful Saturday or Friday or Sunday in whatever country you are from. Dahil sa channel na ito, kayo ang di nyo naman makikita, guys, eh. Bida! Bye-bye, guys. Love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.
Wow! Congratulations! Got the turn, bring it back. Oh, got the turn, bring it back. Oh, got the turn, bring it back. Oh, got the turn. Wow! Congratulations! Oh, bring it back. Oh, got the turn. Bring it back. Oh, got the turn. Bring it back. Oh, got the turn. Bring it back. Oh.